Hi guys, welcome to Authentic Drummer. Thanks for watching. Today's a little rudiment lesson actually. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about moving some rudiments around the drums. I often get asked in my lessons by students, I don't really know how to come up with fills and ideas for fills, and sometimes it's like they're thinking a little bit too much. The rudiments are there to kind of give you facility around the drums. And so a good thing to practice, and you know, this exercise is not really supposed to sound amazing. It's just supposed to get you used to moving around your drums so that you're more likely to actually kind of go to the drums. You know, sometimes people think, oh, I'm going to do a fill, and they just automatically start here when you could start here or whatever. So if you just take single strokes, for instance, we're just going to move this around the drums. It won't be very flash for the moment, but here we go. Okay, pretty cool. I reckon this is just the start of you know, this process. What that does for me anyway is suddenly you get away from doing this, which is a cool fill in itself, but by doing singles in this fashion, you start to think about single strokes in a different way, all right? So just by doing that completely random exercise, sometimes it really didn't make any sense at all, did it? But it was sort of facilitating what you might be able to do, all right? It starts to become even more apparent when we start looking at doubles and paradiddles, actually. And what I'm gonna do with the doubles and the paradiddles is we're gonna start, because sometimes moving to another drum when you're doing doubles and paradiddles might freak you out in the terms of the sound. So let's take the double stroke, for instance, and we're going to look at different perspective. We're going to look at the right hand perspective moving, and we're going to look at the left hand moving, and then we're going to look at both hands moving, okay? So double strokes, and like I said, it's not really necessarily a speed exercise. This is purely just a movement exercise, all right? So here we go, double strokes, and I'm going to start to move the right hand only, okay? Here we go. You can even split doubles between the toms. All right, so suddenly I'm starting to come up with some ideas there. I'm already hearing things. I'm going, oh, that kind of sounded cool. That kind of sounded cool. Let's do something similar with the left hand. Yeah. I'm going to move both hands now. All right. Now I'm starting to even hear, I really liked this kind of thing that was happening. All right, and that might spark you on a bit of a, in terms of practice, might spark you on a bit of a journey, and you go down that road and see what else you can do with that. Let's go to the paradiddle quickly. And the paradiddle is the one that really gets everybody, because as soon as you start to move from the sound of the paradiddle that you normally hear, as soon as you move to a different instrument, that's a totally foreign kind of concept or sound, and that often throws students, right? So what you should do is start with right hand only moving, and then we'll do left hand, and then we'll do both, all right? But let's start with the right hand, and we'll just go around the drums a little bit and see what sound we get. Okay, started off with just keeping the right hand for the full paradiddle on one sound and another sound, and then you start to be able to split it up around the drums. What I'm listening for in my head, if I just take away the right hand for a second, we just play the paradiddle on the snare, you'll hear that it actually has its own rhythm, okay? So paradiddle first like this, and then I'll move my hand, you'll see what I mean. So once you know that rhythm, you can just speed that up. Okay, left hand moving as well now. So we'll just keep maybe this time we'll keep the right hand on the floor tom, just to keep it out of the way, and then the left hand can do its thing. Ready? Still a paradiddle, but now we're even starting to get that groove, that tom groove thing that everyone likes to play, moving around the drums. I'm going to move both hands now with the paradiddle. I'm going to start slow, and maybe if I hit a cymbal, I might chuck a bass drum underneath it so it doesn't sound just like a cymbal on its own. And see what you reckon. I'll start slow, and we'll gradually speed it up. All right, so now we're starting to get some really interesting ideas happening, all right? And this is obviously, I'm speeding up the process, take your time with it and get into it. But now if I'm playing a groove and I go to do a fill, rather than thinking, what cool fill am I gonna do? Just play a paradiddle or just play some double strokes and move on to the toms and see what happens. You might just get a new fill every time. All right, here we go. Okay, and I mean, yeah, sometimes you'll end up picking something and you'll kind of you'll memorize it and you'll internalize it, and then you'll end up going back to it a few times. That happens quite a bit. But at least this is a way of practicing your rudiments, practicing your movement, coming up with some new ideas for some fills, and just getting comfortable with your kit. If you do that quite a bit, you just play with your eyes closed, you'll know where everything is, and you'll be able to feel your way around the drums quite easily. And you'll be more inclined to go to the toms or go to that crash or go to that cymbal. Okay, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, lots more stuff coming. We'll see you soon.